encourage them to get guns, how do you think that ends?
What? Bro, you literally do that. You just, wait, Tucker, you do that every night. Let's watch this. Let's watch Tucker Carlson make a possibly anti-gun argument.
But
now that trans people are arming themselves.
Watching here is not the exercise of the Second Amendment. What you're watching here is political hysteria, fear, ginned up on purpose with maximum dishonesty in order to get people in a state of agitation. Armed people in a...
You know, Ronald Reagan, big anti-gun advocate, if you guys know what I'm talking about. Dude, it's so funny. This is literally just American politics playing the same cycle again. Dude, Black Panthers show up at the City Hall with guns, exercising their right to bear arms. Boom! All of a sudden, you got laws to stop that from happening.
State of agitation. Doesn't matter if they're trans or not, whatever that is. It's the same template always. Scare
yeah, this is the Trans Mulford Act.
the crap out of your voters, tell them that their lives are at risk, encourage them to get guns. How do you think that ends?
What? Bro, you literally do that. You just, wait, Tucker.
First, another crisis in the news. So after the killings in Buffalo and Uvalde a few weeks ago, you began to hear people on television talk about something called red flag laws. The government, they informed us, could actually end mass shootings tomorrow simply by taking the guns away from mass shooters before they commit mass shootings. It's not complicated.
Dude, I love that they straight up were like, yo, mental health's a problem. And then they were like, okay, let's do something about it. Like, let's make sure that people with like mental health issues don't get guns. And Tucker was like, no, actually, everyone who is psychotic needs a gun. I will literally give 3 guns to someone who's schizophrenic or suicidal. I want to give more guns to people who want to kill themselves and others with it. You! This is what America is all about! You think mentally ill people can't have guns? What are you talking about? They need more guns! They're fighting demons internally and also externally every day, brother.
In fact, it's such an obvious solution that you had to wonder why we weren't already doing that. Who doesn't want to prevent mass shootings? Well, only the gun lobby. Everybody else cares about children. So a lot of Americans, not surprisingly, now say they want red flag law. And why wouldn't they? Like supporting Black Lives Matter, or fighting climate change, or getting the COVID shot, or standing with the brave people of Ukraine. Red flag laws seem like one of those ideas that no decent person could possibly oppose. You want crazy people to have guns? Of course you don't. So naturally you're for red flag law. And in fact, we may soon get red flag laws across the country. So what would that mean if we do? Well, red flag laws will end due process. Due process is a simple concept, but it's the key to everything that is good about America. In our system of justice, citizens cannot be punished without first being charged with a crime. Politicians cannot just decide to hurt you, throw you in handcuffs, lock you in jail, seize your property, simply because they don't like how you think or how you vote. No. Before they punish you, they have to go through a formal process in which they describe which specific law you broke and exactly how you broke it. They have to prove it. For serious crimes with big penalties, the government has to convince a group of your fellow citizens first. It's called a grand jury. And this government must convince them that you deserve to be punished or they cannot proceed. None of this is new. This is the way we've done things in America for more than...
Tucker Carlson would literally be like, are you an undocumented citizen? You deserve to go to the gas chamber, okay, without any sort of due process whatsoever, but then turns around and is like, oh, do you want to take away someone's guns? Actually, where's the due process? Like typical libertarian dickhead attitude here. It's like, well, no, actually, you know.
In 200 years. And it's exactly why we have and have always had the fairest justice system in the world. People move to this country from all over the globe to benefit from it. But red flag laws will end this. Under red flag laws, the government doesn't have to prove you did anything wrong in order to strip you of your most basic right. All that's required to punish you is a complaint, possibly even an anonymous complaint, in which somebody says you seem dangerous. Now that's
not how that works. Okay, and that's not how that works at all. So here's how it works, and this is important to talk about. Okay, if you get institutionalized in the state of California, you're put on a list that makes it so that you are no longer able to purchase a weapon. Okay, like now that is not enough, because red flag law should be triggered way before you're placed under a psychiatric hold, because a psychiatric hold, the barrier for a psychiatric hold is like super high. You need to be a clear present danger to yourself and others. You know what I mean? Like, that's not going to happen for many people. The Uvalde shooter and all these other shooters would not have been placed under a psychiatric hold. And even then, it doesn't work, right? So red flag laws need to change internally as well.
That complaint doesn't come from a grand jury. It can come from anyone, including someone who hates you or someone who simply doesn't like your politics. It doesn't matter because no jury will ever see it. On the basis of that unproven complaint, you lose your freedom and your ability to defend yourself and your family because they don't like the way you look or because someone is mad at you.
Tucker Carlson is never going to experience having like someone who is unwell in his immediate family having access to a arsenal that they can use on Tucker Carlson. That's the reason why he is so calmly dismantling something that is otherwise like a given. Okay, Tucker Carlson's children are not going to get his AR-15, which I doubt he even has at his own house, which I'm certain he probably puts in a safe if he does have one. Take it out of the safe and in a heated moment, turn the gun on Tucker and shoot him in the head. That's not going to happen. They're also not going to grab the gun in a suicidal moment and kill themselves with it, okay? They're not going to do that. Tucker knows that they're not going to do that, and that's precisely why he can talk about the millions of other people that are at risk of this, the hundreds of thousands of people that do actually do exactly what I'm saying. Almost 40,000 people died of gun violence. 60% of that is suicides with a gun. He don't give a he doesn't care. You do that every night. What the? At least for trans people, there's like a very legitimate reason, dog. There's never been in the history of the United States any kind of law that was written with the express purpose of like delegitimizing, dehumanizing white men, okay? Conservative reactionaries, okay? That's not happened. But in the two instances where right-wingers have advocated to take guns away from people, okay, or gun laws specifically, it's been instances where marginalized groups that were being harmed by the very same systems that you uphold, that's the only time where it happened. Incest laws? Okay, chill, dude. You're right, but you shouldn't say it. That's awesome. Tucker Carlson is literally, what's your argument? My argument is Tucker Carlson is doing exactly what Ronald Reagan did, okay? Tucker Carlson is doing exactly what Ronald Reagan did, which is immediately calling to disarm marginalized groups that have guns.
Tell them that their lives are at risk, encourage them to get guns. How do you think that ends? But by the way, if we're following the logic here, and why not, that's in short supply in this country, you have to kind of wonder, like, what's the limit to this? So if trans people are in fear for their lives in every region in the country, including New England, which apparently is crawling with Nazis now, why wouldn't we be arming them as we are, say, Ukraine's trans army? And there are famously trans people in Ukraine's army. They're very, very proud of that.
Wait, what?
So why stop with AR-15s?
Yeah, Ukraine is a bastion for LGBT rights, brother. He's so right. Did he just say the they-them army of Ukraine? Is that what he just said? That's insane. Dude, liberal propaganda is so crazy, it blows my mind. It's like, since when is Ukraine this like super pro-LGBT country? Like, when did that happen? When was... I thought you made up the they-them army thing? No, it's like... troll at this point. It's like it's something that like Russia supporters say all the time. Like the American army is a they-them army. The Russian army is like masculine and sexy.
I mean, why not F-35s or tanks?
It is a known fact that Eastern Europe is inclusive and not at all homophobic. Yeah, no, definitely not. At my school, wait, what? At my school, the Ukrainian Student Club put signs up saying we must destroy Russia because they're anti-LGBT. Yeah. Yeah, true. No, that's so real, dude. What the Oh, God, I love propaganda so much. It's so funny.